This video discusses how to import a hand-drawn site plan into the Earthscapes Designer application. Taking a look at the design that we currently have on our screen, this was a design that was originally started with a hand-drawn plan. We had a sketch, took a picture of this hand drawing, and then imported into the Site Plan Designer application. You can see then a final design was designed off of, and that hand-drawn sketch was used as a reference for our final design. So let's talk about the process of how to utilize a hand-drawn sketch. You'll first want to open up a new template, and we are working with Corel Designer. We'll select New from Template, and you'll choose the scale that's appropriate for your project site. For this design, I'll choose a 1/2 inch scale. We are working with a 24 by 36 sheet size. The page has opened. We have our page borders. We also have our title block. Next, go to File and Import, and we need to locate the sketch that you have saved. Now keep in mind, if you sketch out a drawing, how do you turn that piece of paper into a digital file? You can take a picture with your camera, you can take a picture with your camera phone and email it to yourself, or you could use a scanner. This image or this sketch does need to be saved as a standard image file format, so a JPEG or a TIFF file or a PNG file. I have my site plan design saved as a JPEG. We select this sketch and click on Import. We next simply left click to open up this file. So I left click and drag to open up that file, and you'll see now my sketch appears on my designer page. Before we get carried away and begin tracing the elements and replacing the elements from our sketch to create a site plan, we do need to make sure that this imported site plan matches our scale, matches the dimensions of the particular project site. Change your units to feet, and using our line tools, as we left click and drag, you'll see that the footage readout is given to me at the bottom of the screen. I know the distance from the lower left-hand corner of this project site to the farthest edge is exactly 50 feet. So let's go ahead and draw that line. I can use our property manager and type in 50 feet to get an exact measurement for this line. And we can also change this line to a little bit thicker line just for visual purposes, just so we can see what's going on. We know that this red line is exactly 50 feet, and we can see that our imported site plan is just shy of that 50-foot mark. So let's increase or make the site plan a little bit larger. So we can increase a little bit more. Taking this line now, we can see that that does match up, and our plan is to scale. Now keep in mind, you only want to resize using the corner nodes rather than the middle nodes. Once we have our imported site plan on our Corel Designer page, it is our recommendation for you to add a new layer. You'll see over on the right-hand side of your Docker window, a new layer is added. You can rename this layer if you choose, but the benefit of adding a new layer is we can eventually turn off the imported site plan. Just as you would add layers or add pieces of tracing paper to your traditional drawing methods, using a layering system in Corel Designer will replicate the same process. For illustration purposes, I'll simply use my line tools and show you the effectiveness of using the layering. So if we wanted to turn off our first layer, you'll see that only the line on the new layer does appear. And I would suggest that you use a combination of your multi-point lines and then your B-spline tool to get that nice curve edge.